And often things come to mind after you made a video that you forgot to mention, but certainly are worth mention. And on any given day, on a day just like today, something can happen that changes your whole life. For me, one phone call from my mother in Kenya totally changed everything for me. My mother was a very tough lady. Again, we do come from Romney Gypsy, Willoughby's Kent, Walker's London. Also have Irish blood in us. She's a very tough lady. She wouldn't phone unless there was a real problem, and she did sound very shaken, and you can see a plane up there now. I can actually see the plane. So always, sometimes innocent men do have to run, fly, go, disappear. Follow your golden compass. One big firestorm coming. So will you escape in time? Will you get out alive? 85 seconds to midnight. Time is running out. And I know the storm that is coming. I have seen and felt the coming storm. Rwanda, hell on earth. So my mother phoned, sounding very shaken. She just had a scuffle with Jaffa, the leader of a big yardie gang in Kisumu, Kenya. And their parting threat was the next time they saw her, they would burn her alive in a car. And I had read where a yardie gang in London had, in one of the national newspapers, had burnt a woman in London with a hot clothesline on her body and her face to find out where her drugs and drug money was. That's Camilla the Omen Nanny there. She's just out and about getting some more monster lies, bogus diagnosis, all to cover up their high royal blue crime. New Year's Day fines, September blue murder, certainly not mine. No barking mad, black killer dog wolf, no wolf man, dog man, Norfolk Wolf Creek, son of Sam, Sandringham serial killer here. And my mother also said, Johnny, we've got headless bodies coming down the river, because Kisumu is right on the, into Lake Victoria, it's right on the shores of Lake Victoria, Kisumu, Kenya. The other side of Lake Victoria was genocide, Rwanda, and the slaughter was relentless. And headless bodies were coming down the rivers into Lake Victoria. So I prayed about it, and God confirmed I was to go, and to go urgently, not one single penny from anybody. And I had also, just prior to that, lost a very good friend, Philip Hurt, had come round on the Wednesday when I lived in Victoria Road, 55, which again was now 25 Cromwell Street. No bodies bricked into the walls, under the floors, or buried in the garden. Certainly wasn't running a Charles Manson cult, DC Free, Hope Church and that. All full of mad monster lies, while I was running a hostel for homeless young men. And certainly no underage rape, pregnancy, murder and burial. Another big monster lie in Dis Norfolk, UK. Certainly wasn't running a grooming gang, having sex with young girls. Really don't think so. And certainly has all come out about the grooming gangs on the UK's Devil Island and in London, grooming rape gangs. Plenty of grooming gangs in high places, plenty of high crimes, Jack the Ripper crimes. Certainly not mine. Castles, manor houses, UK's Devil Island, country estates. So what I really want to mention is, how much is your mother's life worth? My mother has gone home since then. She did have a sudden heart attack, so again, like I say, no one knows what a day can bring. We're all in range of war, bio-warfare, cyber warfare, the unexpected when you least expect it. I've spoken to people recently who have been involved in accidents. Known people recently have had heart attacks and disappeared. COVID-19 certainly made a lot of people disappear, culling the UK's Devil Island. So the question, what I want to ask is, how much is your mother's life worth. That's priceless. So again, God confirmed I was to go, and to go urgently, not one single penny from anybody. No sex and donations here, no Oxfam sex scandal here, I really don't think so. And 55 Victoria Road at the time was opposite Victoria Road Post Office, Lloyd Long, the sub-postmaster, who could stir more crap and do sewage works. And again, coming back to Philip Hewitt, very good friend who come round on the Wednesday, and on the following weekend, Philip's car overturned in Roydon, just outside of this, and caught fire, and the car was upside down. Philip was trapped in his seatbelt, and they couldn't get Philip out. And the Lord gave me Psalm 18 for Philip, tangled in the cords of death. Yeah, I called upon the Lord. Not saved in this life, but certainly saved in the one to come, saved from the eternal lake of fire. So I know it's real, and I know what's coming. It's real. Again, I have seen and felt the coming storm. I have also experienced, not because I'm super spiritual or anything like that. I'm just a everyday guy like everyone else, but I have experienced the lion's breath. When that roar comes out of your spirit, when you witness such atrocities being committed against women and children, the elderly, again Rwanda, the worst explosion of evil manifestations, depravity and violence, on the same scale as the Cambodian killing fields. So such a roar came out of my spirit from the Spirit of God, and there's plenty of people roaring in the UK at the moment. The lion heart is roaring in the UK because of all the government corruption and failed policies everyone has to pay for, and if you dare to speak out against their failed policies, they certainly will fix you. But the UK's Devil Island certainly is roaring. It's estimated that 250,000 young English girls have been the victims of horrendous crimes at the hand of the Greenman rape gangs. Keir Starmer and the Labour loonies didn't even want a national inquiry. They wanted covered up, along with the police and the council and the social workers. The Muslim vote was more important than the thousands and thousands of lives of young English girls. So there is a massive roar at the moment. So again, Philip, his car, trapped in his car that caught fire and they couldn't get him out. Jaff and his yardie gang threatened to burn my mother alive in her car the next time they saw her. Real evil saw trap. And God confirmed I was to go, and to go urgently, not one single penny from anybody. So again, how much is your mother's life worth, or the life of a loved one? That's priceless. And DC3, Hope Church now, full of mad monster lies and bogus diagnoses. And ironically, the Roy Lincoln lawyer at the time, the leader of DC3, his wife Sylvia, who totally opposed my going and came out with lots of monster lies. His wife Sylvia was caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, hit with a lorry on her bicycle, put into Addenbrooke's, and later died from her injuries. Lovely lady Sylvia. Certainly had a lot of time for her. And certainly no Clockwork Orange, Norwich train station, mountain bike rapist here. Again, I was on a woman's black Dutchy bike, not a mountain bike, but all mixed into the black Schrader Sandringham, just to set me up further. And Simon Newbury, again no longer with us, God rest his soul. The Roy Lincoln lawyer, the leader of DC3, his right-hand man. Totally opposing me, totally opposing my going to Kisumu, Africa, full of monster lies. Then his mother-in-law, Flo, again, who was a lovely little lady, had a real dry wit. I think they were from Yorkshire, but she but she was caught in the wrong place at the wrong time too, fatally killed on the 1066, just outside of Thetford in a car accident. So again, who knows what a day can bring? You get caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, so only can be game over. That's why you do have to try and be in the right place at the right time, come hellfire or high water, while you do have to move physical location. So how much is the life of a loved one worth? And people accuse me of going to Kenya, sex and donations. I really don't think so. Sex and money, no Oxfam sex scandal here. I really don't think so. Again, God confirmed I was to go, and to go urgently, not one single penny from anybody. My trip was self-funded. I certainly wasn't on a luxury holiday in Kisumu, Kenya, staying in a nice hotel, having sex with black hookers, grooming young girls and abusing children. I really don't think so. All paid for by my mum's charity, churches and people from this. Again, one big monster lie. Certainly not true. And if those monster lies had been true, which they certainly weren't, I would have served at least 18 months of a 3-year prison sentence, according to this SS Police. Inspector Numbnuts Bunnan, Mr. Fixer, Liar Pants on Fire, Lambert and Glister, Batman and Robin. So the big black cornerstone that came out of Kisumu, Kenya, Africa, 7 monster lies, 7 bogus diagnoses are built on. So you can see DC free, Hope Church now. All full of mad monster lies, bogus diagnosis. And the Roy Lincoln in the past. And that's a very good film, The Lincoln Lawyer. Played by Matthew McConaughey, where he represents a rich boy who claims he's innocent. But he has committed the crimes, and there are others too. That's a very good watch. The Lincoln Lawyer, Matthew McConaughey. And another very good watch is The True Detectives, Matthew McConaughey, Woody Harrelson. But certainly no DC free, Hope Church now. Pastor Blake, Nurse Blake, Newberry's, Hinsley's, Carriages. No Dis Lawnmower Man here. Dis Lawn's Medical Healthcare Practice, Parish Fields, Not So Healthy Centre. Big Police SS collaboration, Dis Mason Council. White Lodge, the local mafia, the local mob. They certainly did sell out an innocent man with the kiss of Judas and 7 pieces of Dr. Death SS Silver. To the local police SS dogs, the local wolf pack, all smelling blood, closing in for the kill. Certainly will devour and feast on me, tear me apart, crack my frame fixed head, drink my unvaccinated blood. And that is always the problem in Norfolk, in this Norfolk, UK. Monster lies certainly will get you beaten, stabbed, shot, set on fire. Did happen to the disabled Iranian man in Bristol, who they falsely said was a paedophile. Beat him, stamped on his head, poured white spirit over him and set him on fire. And the guy was innocent, wasn't a paedophile at all, just a big monster lie started by a few people. So no Dis Lawnmower Man here, Edwards Garden Centre, Parish Fields, Not So Healthy Centre. Dis Lawn's Medical Healthcare Practice. And in the crime drama, The True Detectives, The Lawnmower Man, The Yellow King, riding round in a white pickup, abducting children and young girls. And that is based on actual events. If you look up Vice True Detectives or The Real True Detective on YouTube, that is disclosed in police interviews and statements how people transformed during satanic ritual abuse and sacrifices, when they become hosts to ET demonic entities and demon spirits.